It's sad because the video was so good.
Yeah.
You can cut it in. If you take the raw video from him, you can cut it in there.
Yeah.
Use it.
Send it to our video editor.
Right.
We got a video guy.
Charlie can take it.
Yeah. So do that, then you'll be good.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Does the Rover 101 training currently exist? Is there any sort of training?
Yeah, they do. They do
does.
some training.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not as in depth as it should be, probably.
I went through it and I don't feel confident in it.
Yeah, she
Because the
went.
camera's not
Is the
rolling.
training conducted online?
Part of it is you watch certain videos on how to put on different harnesses and how you just protocol on like making sure you fill out the report card at the end of a walk, otherwise you don't get paid. And more logistical things like that. And then the only in-person thing I did was go to a WeWork center and I put 5 collars, different types of harnesses on this little stuffed animal dog. I did get 2 wrong and I still passed.
Oh, fun.
How long were you there?
7 minutes.
Wow. That doesn't seem very thorough, does
It's
it?
almost like you could do that at home and record a video and upload. Or
And they're renting out spaces at WeWorks to do all this, and so the scheduling is also kind of a nightmare for the providers coming in and wanting to do
Yeah.
this training.
Good.
I wanted to follow up with you guys on the feature for saving your favorite walkers.
Yeah.
So in the current Rover Now experience, after you have booked the walk, you can look at the past walks and upcoming walks, and it also gives you an ability to rebook the walker. So how is this different than what the current experience is?
The idea is that you wouldn't have to go through those steps. You would just save them, and then when you go and you say, I want to book a new walk, it'll automatically go try to find a walker from your favorites list without you having to go back. Because that was part of the feedback we heard. It's like pain. You have to go back and
It's hard to find.
that, and then So this would automatically try to choose those walkers, and if not, you get someone that's hopefully just as good.
Essentially, all you would need to do is hit the Rover Now button, and then it would pull it up.
Right.
And then if it didn't, like Charlie said, it'll give you a message saying someone else is your walker.
And we think that, we're guessing, but we think that the reason that what you're talking about is sort of buried in the app is because Rover doesn't really want you to do that. They want you to hit the, give me a walker now, I don't care who it is. So we're trying to split that difference and have it be still assigned to you, but you have your kind of top 5. They'll be assigned first.
We wanted to stay away from the browse-based model as much as possible. This was our happy medium.
So do you think there's any fallback to the solution? Like if you, I hear you saying the positive side of the solution. If you were to say what could potentially be a problem, what do you think?
Rover just wouldn't want that to be an option. They would want to funnel everyone through an on-demand service.
Yeah, because the risk is that the more you use somebody, the more likely you are to go off app.
Disintermediate.
But other than that, it's a perfect solution, and they should just do it.
Well, that makes me want to ask you the same question I asked the other group, who I thought was Rover 1. My mistake. Which of the 7 recommendations do you think would be the hardest one to sell them on?
Well, probably the last 2, like the preferred providers, because it doesn't change the business model too much, but it is giving that favorites list, which they try to shy away from a little bit. And then obviously the last one, the community center. It's a big idea. It's a really good idea, but there's probably a little bit more investment.
The
involved
logistics
with it.
behind it would be much more work for Rover.
So they have to staff.
There's a lot of stuff that they're not currently set up to.
No, I don't think they would have to staff.
It just,
Well, yeah,
There's lots of
it might
different
be
ways you
it
can
might be
do it.
similar to what they're doing now. So maybe it wouldn't be too much of a change, but they would have to go and develop that partnership with a company.
Yeah.
But essentially, they're cutting out people like WeWork, where they're paying for the space, whereas the community center is already there, and you can team up with any pet food store or any vet clinic in the area.
Seems like a
and
really
they already
solid
have a
idea.
huge clientele
Yeah.
that who knows how many of those people actually use Rover.
And they all have dogs.
Yeah.
And seeing a Rover person inside of a store with a Rover shirt just is more marketing.
Sure.
The question is do those stores, does a Mudbay want to partner
that's right.
and be associated with Rover?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
If there was a benefit to them, which maybe
Maybe.
needs to be added to your thinking, you know,
Yeah,
how you
I think it's,
incentivize
it could be
them.
the place where people.
I think it would be both a benefit and also probably people who've had bad experiences, it would be a deterrent as well.
Yeah. So it's a double-edged sword.
I see.
Yeah.
Your presentation was really solid. I mean, you had so many great ideas. And this is just my advice to you for if you do, let's assume we're going to get a chance to present this again, is that give them a little air, give them a little breathing space. It's like, here's an interesting big problem we uncovered. How do you solve that? What could you do? Well, we have a solution. Boom. I mean, this is a sales presentation in one sense. And so you can take pride in the wisdom of your thinking and the more enthusiasm you display for your solutions, the more that will affect the client's receptivity to them. And at the very end, you had a big piece of news there, which is you moved the trust rating from a 4 to a 6. That's a huge deal. And so, give it some love and build some drama around it and say, remember what we set out to do? Increase that trust rating? Voila, here you go. These ideas will do that for you. And that's probably a comment I'd make to everybody, frankly, which is we have to really express enthusiasm in our own thinking if we expect the client to be enthusiastic. But your ideas were great, really good. What else?
Well, I have news that if we get out of here before 9, we can use the elevators. If not, we will have to take the stairs and might get lost. So
Yeah,
we should
that'd be
aim
bad.
for 9 o'clock. Does that work?
Then we can use these, right?
Yes, you can.
If you go now.
Just
So one more round of applause. Good job.